Alright everyone, and welcome to a new video from the Moxforge. Today with a deck called Beefcake and a very spicy list I found played by a player named Jacob Murphy. I'm not sure if he is the original creator of the deck, but he played the deck in a tournament and placed really well. I think it was top 8 in a 71 player tournament. And yeah, I'm so hyped about this deck. First of all, this deck is not for a small budget, because it runs all 8 soul lands. It's not as bad as the price tag suggests, because this is just because I choose the beta versions here to make it more pretty. But yeah, the name is Beefcake. It's a mono green stompy deck, which has exactly one plan. Play a big, beefy 3 to 4 drop, accelerated by Llanowar Elves, Elvish Spirit Guide, and Wild Growth. Let it stick around, and then save the game up with some of your prison parts like Winter Orb or Tangle Wire. So you see here that the deck really relies on the 4 drops, where we play 4 Blastoderm, 4 Erhnam Djinn, 4 Ravenous Baloth, 2 Masticore. And for this reason, you play acceleration like 4 Wild Growth, 4 Llanowar Elves, and 4 Elvish Spirit Guide. Don't forget that you can pitch a Elvish Spirit Guide to cast Wild Growth, enchant one of your lands, to have more activations from it, as you would have with just one pitch of the Elvish Spirit Guide. Yeah, and besides that, I'm so happy to see the Erhnam Djinn in PREMODERN. I don't know how well it is, but it looks it's such a great artwork. And I love the card from old school. I have a black-white Erhnam Djinn deck there. Yeah, the downside here is that you need to choose target non-war creature from your opponent, which gets Forest Walk. And in most cases, he will connect with it, because you need to rely on some forests. Beside that, you got 3 of Fallow Wurm. I'm not sure when the last time when I saw it. It's a 4/4 for 3 mana, and you need to ditch a land card if it enters the battlefield. I'm not a fan of this, to be honest, because we are really low on lands anyway, and I don't know if we can afford to get stuck with this in hand. But yeah, besides that, don't forget so that we are running 8 soul lands here, and 2 of the Hickory Woodlot, which is a kind of soul land which enters the battlefield tapped, and you only get 2 activations out of it. You have some grindy aspects with the playset Call of the Herd, but besides that, we are running empty pretty fast, because we are pitching here, we are enchanting, we need to discard for Masticore and Fallow Wurm. So yeah, we are not here for the long game. We are here for the Beefcake Stompy style. And let's take a look at the sideboard, where we got a 2 of Caller of the Claw to secure things like Wrath of God. I think there might be funny plays where you have the Caller of the Claw. You need to sacrifice Blastoderm or sacrifice something into Baloth, and then you generate a bunch of bears. We got a full playset of Naturalize, possibly against things like Dystopia, Oath of Druids, and stuff like that. 3 of Tsabo's Web, which bothers us absolutely not, because we can just untap everything we have. 3 of Tsunami. I'm not a fan of this. It's a 4 drop, which is we want to cast creatures for 4 mana, and every deck I can imagine with the Tsunami, it's awful against, because blue-white land still is low on islands, and the deck higher on islands like Stifle Node or Grow a Toke. They have Gush to bounce islands and dazes, and it's pretty hard to resolve a 4 drop anyway. So in my opinion, this should be a choke, but I want to test the deck for now and then make adjustments later. And I'm not sure how well the Phyrexian Furnace is, because this is a more grindy card, and I think we would rather prefer to play Tormod script here. But yeah, let's dive into the matches, and I hope you have much fun. Alright everyone, we are on the draw here with a pretty mediocre hand, so I think I want to take a mulligan. This is not better. So we need to take a mulligan 5 here. This is maybe keepable. I want to ship this and that. Not a great hand, to be honest. But it can evolve. Okay, if this is elves, this is a really bad matchup for us. Alright, let's just start with this on that. Next turn we can play Blastoderm. It would be great if we draw exactly Masticore. I did some test games before, but I've never managed to win a single game against elves. They're just too fast. They are having an advantage from our elves, and yeah, we can't win against survival shenanigans. Blastoderm is not great in the matchup. If he has a Wyvern symbiote, he can just bounce after blocking. Okay, I don't want to bring down these Llanowar Elves, cause if he has something like Priest of Titania, they are accounting for every elf on the board. He will probably pay here. Yeah, we need to draw Masticore next turn, and even then it's hard. So he's going for the mountain here to have the ability to make haste with the anger. And at this point, if we don't draw Masticore exactly this turn, we have lost. I mean, he has 2 cards in hand, but okay, I want to play the City of Traitors here to not take too much damage. But it depends on what he's keeping in his hand. There's a variety of cards which will be very troublesome. It's odd that he's doing the blocking here, so he's not planning on paying Echo there, so not too odd. But this probably means he has the combo turn lined up here. Yeah, even this is strong. 2 more cards in hand, 6 mana. Okay, another one. So there's 0 chance we can win from here. Not even with a Masticore. So let's give the Priest of Titania Forest Walk. Alright, Tangle Wire is a joke here, so let's concede this. We would have been dead anyway next turn. And we have a pretty weak sideboard against elves. So yeah, it's necessary to bring in the Phyrexian Furnace for Anger, for Squeegoblin Naboo, and possibly a card like Call of the Herd. But this matchup is ridiculous bad. So let's cut the Tangle Wires. Let's cut the Winter Orbs. And you can see here we want to bring 7 cards in. And we have to put 8 cards out. So here I want to bring in 1 Tsabo Swap, which is super bad. But we can cantrip here. And it hires the ability to cantrip into something like Masticore. Because every other card in the deck is quite worse. Caller of the Claw is yeah, not a great decision, because this will be another elf on the board. And his Priest of Titania is counting every elf on the board. So we need something really quick. It's not that. This is unkeepable. Okay, this is not great. I have to ship 2 cards. I feel a bit forced here to keep Llanowar Elves, which is pretty bad, but I'm hoping again on the Masticore draw. And as you saw, these hands were all not keepable. And even with a solid hand, the matchup is like 25 to 75. Okay, Naturalize is fine and is enough for me to not attack here. I think 1 damage is not worth it. And so we got the survival covered in a variety of strategies here with Phyrexian Furnace and Naturalize, but as you saw in game 1, they are not relying on that strategy. Okay, here's the Priest of Titania. Oh, really great draws from my opponent. We can make 1 more turn cycle here, but we lost this already. But then you can see the raw power of the elf stacks again. Now you see this will add 4 mana, because this is on the battlefield. Yeah, having literally 0 sideboard cards against the elf stack is tough. We needed a mana source there. I mean, there were, I guess, 5 mulligans I did in 2 games, so this is, or 4 mulligans, this is not good in this matchup. Here I'm tempted to block to cycle, but what do I want to achieve? I think there's nothing I can achieve here. Okay, Ancient Tomb is fine. So let's play it like this. I think it's a bit more safe to go for the Baloth here. So now the worst card against us, or worst card to see here would be Wirewood Symbiote or Deranged Hermit. Even Survival would be strong, because he will have some activations with this amount of mana. Okay. I might double block here. Just to remove 3 elves from the game. And he's losing, yeah. So he has 3, 4, 5 mana less now. But mana should not be the issue, right? We can follow up with Erhnam Djinn, but it can backfire. I think we need to keep the furnace up. Okay, Ancient Tomb is fine. Let's go for the Erhnam Djinn. Sadly, we can't keep up the... So here I want to attack, right? So I don't know what he has in hand, but it seems like 4 lands. So Llanowar Elves can attack. Another Llanowar Elf. Unsure if I want to slam it, but I think mana is no issue on my opponent's side. If we manage to win this, it just means he drew so bad. Let's slam this. It's a blocker and I'm feeling confident not dying this turn with the Phyrexian Furnace in play and okay, yeah. He has probably 5 lands in hand. I don't know. Maybe I try this Caller of the Claw just to play it as a ninja creature to block an elf, but it seems so bad. Tsabo's Web is just 2 mana cantrip, so maybe it's better there. But I don't think so. Yeah, again, unkeepable. Need to take a mulligan here. Unkeepable. I feel forced to keep this, to not go to 4 again. But this is really weak. But with Winter Orb and Tangle Wire, you have to board out like 8 of your best cards in the deck. Because they are so horrible in the matchup. They even play it on their own. So if he goes for Naturalize, for Survival there, you want to Naturalize possibly? Okay. I think I'm not forced to do it immediately. I could with the Elvish Spirit Guide, but I want to keep some mana around. Another Naturalize is fine. So I want to yield until my end step. Let's see what he is searching for. Okay, I want to see what he's searching for. I hope I kept the priority right. Probably Priest of Titania or Squee Goblin Naboo, something like this. Priest of Titania, okay. Let's get rid of this. We even have another one covered. Yeah, I'm not sure. Next turn I can play the Baloth. But then he will have 1 turn. He has a mountain set up, so it's pretty spooky for me here. This is a huge card against us, because he can just block and bounce. So I'm not sure if I want to slam the Baloth or if I want to keep up Naturalize. Okay, with the Furnace here, I just want to play this. This is a great draw, because we can interact. Oh, yeah, we are dead here. Good game. Alright, everyone, on the draw with a pretty great hand. So even if we get some interaction on our Llanowar Elves, we got a turn 2 play with Call of the Herd. Okay, one island is not telling too much. But if the elf resolves and is unhandled, we can play around Daze and Force-Spike pretty well. So first call, if I see an island, is the Mono Blue Dreadnought deck, which could be a problem with our build. Pre-sideboarded, but blue-white, okay. Meddling Mage, this is not a problem for us, but we still need to decide if we want to play around Daze. Of course, he was in the think tank for a second. Survival of the Fittest, yeah, good call from my opponent. Fallow Wurm is not the thing I want to land here. I think I just want to play Call of the Herd, Daze Proof, and next turn continue with either Blastoderm or Ravenous Baloth Daze Proof. I think I would prefer the Blastoderm to catch a counter spell. Yeah, we got a great lineup here. Black in the mix, so it's probably Dump Trunk. If he slams a morph creature, this could be an angel, and this could be a huge problem for us. Yeah, here it is. So we are forced to... I mean, doing a damage race here is probably not possible. Yeah, I think I have to play Masticore and hope that he misses on the second white. Okay, I attack here first. Yeah, we are forced on that kind of play. And if he flips this immediately, we are in huge trouble, because this will be hard to raise. And this is even a great blocker against our deck. Okay, so he saw the Ravenous Baloth. I think this was a wrong point in time to crack the bauble, because now we could slam the Baloth to not give away information, but I just want to continue here with the Masticore, because we are relying on the play of pinging the Exalted Angel next turn. So the good thing is, if he just have white mana source and flips this, we still can attack. And if he blocks, we can ping it. I think it's necessary. Okay. He's not forced to do it now, but he need to fetch, at least. Yeah, Exalted Angel is a huge problem for this deck. And I don't know, I think there should be green cards which handle white creatures, or I mean flying creatures. This was a perfect card in the spot, but it's fine to lose against perfect cards against your deck. So I think here damage raise is still viable. We need to land the Baloth 2, 4, 6, 7. So if we get one more soul land, we got a great turn here. Okay, I don't know why he's relying on his priority here. Here's 0 mana. No card like Snuff Out available. Okay, here's the Ancient Tomb. So if we do double spell here, I'm not allowed to. So I need to discard something in into my Masticore and it dies. So I think it's possibly better. I mean, this would add 9 power to the board, but I would lose 4 power. I could ping an upkeep. Yeah, losing the Masticore just to not having a discard is not what I want to do, to be honest. Okay, let's start things off with Ravenous Baloth. We go to 8, so the Exalted Angel is a 2-turn clock, but the Ravenous Baloth plus the Blastoderm in hand, if he gets rid of the Masticore, give us some time to breathe. So if we draw another Soul Land, we could even get rid of the Exalted Angel with Masticore, but I think we will see attack here. I don't think this is a matchup for Tsunami. So these are kind of off. And I think he has at least one Swords to Plowshares. Otherwise we wouldn't see the attack there. That's still really dangerous for him, because we have 14 power on board, 16. Okay, Ravenous Rats. This is the great one here, so we can't pay for the Masticore and upkeep. And cool to see this in the kind of list. Okay, so here in the upkeep, I want to I think I want to get rid of this, right? I could get rid of that while going to... I think I want to go to 2, because it's not changing the clock. And then I can attack for 10. And next turn we don't have lethal anymore, because we need to sacrifice the Baloth. Yeah, Exalted Angel is huge against us. I don't think there is any way we can win from here. This was the only possibility if he's not getting rid of our last card in hand. but it will be over fast enough to just continue here. Okay, here I need to sacrifice this. He might have Stifle, but it's over anyway. So maybe we can take a peek at one more card in his hand. He goes to 10, we attack for 7, but he should have something in the hand. I don't know, is there is a land, I guess, which allows your beasts to fight, but it should be red and green to activate. So if the Stompy plan is not working out, we are in trouble. So if he has Fact or Fiction, yeah, here it is. We get some more information. So another version of the dump truck or Finkular list. Really excited to see it here, and it was working very well. So Tsunami is a trap. This adds nothing. I don't know if I want to have Phyrexian Furnace just for a card like Psychotok. Only thing I could see is the Caller of the Claw here. And even this is not great, and I need to cut back on this Masticores. Yeah, Tsunami is a trap. I'm not a fan of this card here. I think it would be way better if we just play Choke, because it's way easier to have 3 mana. And the decks which run plenty of islands often have Gush and have counter magic and dazes, and Tsunami is bad against everything of that. Even if I was happy to see it again in a paper list or in a pre-modern list. Not keepable. Not great, but keepable. I want to ditch the possibly 1 prison thing. I don't know. Maybe 1 forest, but I think Winter Orb is... I'm torn. Get rid of the Tangle Wire. And... yeah, he will have maybe a Duress anyway, and I don't want to take too many mulligans, even if the hand is not great. But we need to face some Ravenous Rats, Gerard's Verdict. This will be a huge problem. And he's not even impressed by our creatures, because he just have the beta. And now it's awkward to slam the Winter Orb. Yeah, this is too awkward. I can't play my 4-drop then next turn. Yeah, I think this matchup is especially tough. Because even the Psychotok can outgrow the creatures pretty fast. But let's try our best here. We need to play something into counterspell, and I think I want that to be the Erhnam Djinn. Next turn we can play Winter Orb plus Baloth. If he goes again for the morphed creature, we have the Winter Orb as an answer, which could give us some time to breathe. Yeah, sadly we can't punish this deck with a card like Tsabo's Web. So They're just doing fair mana there. Okay, again. Okay, the Rager. So we got a pretty sweet turn following up. I want to see if he has days. Then we don't have Winter Orb. But days would be really odd in this kind of deck. Another Swords to Plowshares would be a problem. But let's see. So even now we are in a super tough position because we got 0 cards in hand, just lands, and he has 6 with maybe 1 or 2 more lands, I'm assuming. So maybe he has a Meddling Mage here. I want to untap the City of Traitors. Even an Edict effect would be fine. Okay, I could slam the Call of the Herd now. I would lose the city with this, but I think it's my only way to try to win this game. Of course, we will never recover in the late game. But it's a really interesting build anyway. I tried to make a red Stompy deck viable with Blood Moon, but it was not great. And with the Wild Growth and the Llanowar Elves, this deck has really the tool to yeah, make the Stompy plan. Even the 4-drops are pretty strong. Another Rager, it's strong. He can just do double block here. I'm tempted to attack with the Elephant too. If he has another sword. Yeah, let's just try our best here. Untap this, maybe we draw Elf Spirit Guide for flashback Call of the Herd. Okay, Fallow Wurm, not too bad, not great. So I will keep my mana source around. If he does double block on the Bailiff, I just want to trade. Okay, this is fine. He probably has a sword. Okay, no sword. Yeah, let's keep the Worm. There should be something stronger than the Worm, right? If you don't have the card in hand, the land, it's pretty awkward and you're doing some ramp stuff anyway, so you are stranded pretty fast with just one card in hand. So I think I want to cut these for more Masticore. So probably Meddling Mage naming Call of the Herd, which is fine. So he's doing a double block there. Then I will slam my Fallow Wurm. Okay, for now, the Winter Orb is doing us a favor, I guess. Some amount of Rancor could work with this deck. So untap this. This is not bad. So here we want to attack first. If he blocks, I will go for the Call of the Herd, I guess. Okay. Absolutely. It might even be right to go for the Caller here. I'm not too sure. Because in this spot, the Caller will add 2 power to the board. 4 power. Call of the Herd could be tempting, but I still don't want to play. Maybe this was wrong. I'm not sure here. But he can untap 1, so if he has Swords to Plowshares, we can still bring in damage. He has 7 cards in hand, so the Prison Plan is working pretty well. Okay. Yeah, spending 1 mana to draw a delayed card is not the thing you want to do in this situation. Untap the Ancient Tomb. Let him draw. Another Winter Orb. I'm not sure if I want to slam this. Because he's facing lethal anyway next turn. Okay, he could have 1 Swords to Plowshares or Chain of Vapor. I don't think we will see Chain of Vapor from his deck, but... Okay, game 3. Now this was tough. Maybe we need Masticore, but it feels so bad to get rid of so many cards in your hand. Fallow Wurm was not great, to be honest. Yeah, maybe I need Masticore to shoot 2 damage after Exalted Angel blocked. Okay, this is again pretty awkward, but I think I want to keep this to be set up against discard spells. Double City of Traitors and the double Hickory Wood is not great. Okay, here he's setting up to get more information for a card like Meddling Mage. I think I will just slam turn 1 Winter Orb. Maybe he's playing something like Cabal Therapy. Might be. important. Okay. Cabal Therapy naming Winter Orb for sure. Because this was a card. Llanowar Elves. Interesting. So here I want to slam Winter Orb. If he gets Ravenous Rats next turn, I will just discard Baloth. To not give him the ability... This is interesting. To not give him the ability to make use of his Cabal Therapy. Okay, this was possibly the worst draw we could get. Third City of Traitors. So I'm not sure. Maybe here the Crystal Vein is way better. But this is my fault, because I kept this kind of hand. So he possibly has a card like Disenchant for this. Blastoderm is fine. I think I want to play City of Traitors to have the ability to pay for Mana Leak, because this is the best we can do with our mana situation here. So this is something on the bingo card, right? This could work. Slamming the Ravenous Baloth here is great, because if he counters this, and even Masticore is great. So I still think it's a bit better to go for Masticore, because if this resolves, we can just apply a lot of pressure. And if he counters this, he can't morph the Angel next turn, probably, if he's not having a null. So anticipating a null is a reason to play Baloth first. Okay. The sword here is a bit odd, because he can just untap one land anyway, so he could wait it on that. So we can't slam this next turn, and this is the awkward constellation of us having 3 City of Traitors. We can bring him to... Gerard's Verdict is strong. This will buy him some turns. Okay. I will discard these two, because it's not safe if I can play the Ravenous Baloth at any time in the game. So this Blastoderm is not lethal anymore. It has never been, to be honest, I think. Okay, let's get this out of hand. Yeah, City of Traitors, until now, I think the most awkward card in the whole deck. I mean, why is he just losing so many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this will bring him to 2, but he got 3 life. Yeah, maybe. Oh no, I guess I have one more swing, right? And then we are relying on our top decks, but it could work. Okay, time for Ugly Lock. So he did a shuffle. I can smell the desperation. So I'm a bit torn here if I should just keep playing my lands. Because, yeah, to secure them from Gerard's verdict, I think it's right to play them. Could be a bit awkward if I draw exactly Masticore. And I will slam the second orb. Okay, he's at 6 life points, which is a lot. Okay, Bauble. It's a free spell, so he's not suffering from the Winter Orb. But now we are getting in trouble. Just one angel could change the whole game. I think I want to slam this. There's no need to hide it. I mean, there are just games where 1/1 creatures make the lethal damage. So I hope we are in one of the games. Yeah, at some points he can just slam Exalted Angel. And I think he has the time for that. Like, it could happen this turn. And then we can't recover from that. This is fine for him, because we can't attack now. Or should name Cold of the Herd, I guess. Yeah. Because it's the 2 for 1 card we are having. And Ravenous Reds, okay, they are fine. So Blastoderm would be great. This is not too bad, to be honest. I want to cast it with this mana. So I'm an Elves deck now. He might have trouble finishing this on time. So I think I will turn the Elvish Spirit Guide sideways now. Caller of the Claw Suite. It's so 2, 4, 5. I think the upside is so high that I just attack with both. But then he can just block like this. I don't know. Maybe just with the Elvish Spirit Guide. Okay. So I still think I want to flash in the Call of the Claw in the end step, even if it's just a 2/2. Perish is strong, but we have a good answer here. I think this will just win up the game, right? Man, this is a sequence. What an epic end to the game. Possibly end. I'm not sure here. I think he's a bit scared why I flooded this mana. How about 6 power on the board? This was epic. So untap the Soul Land to have access to our 4-drops. Okay, I still think I want to play the Forest to blank completely Gerard's Verdict. Yeah, what a match. Alright everyone, we are back on the draw, but with a pretty classical Stompy hand. So our plan is to play Fallow Wurm, Winter Orb, and then we just got Hope left. And I think this is exactly what a Stompy wants to do, right? With another Fallow Wurm, this might be a bit too much, but let's try it. Other ways could be Replenish. I want to ditch the city here. So if we draw another land next turn, we can make a follow-up Wurm. Could be land still, but most times this is one of the Replenish lists. Seal of Cleansing, yeah. This is Replenish. I really need another land here. This is awkward. I still think I need to play one Winter Orb here. And then he needs to crack the seal. We gotta follow up Winter Orb. And we need to play our cards anyway. Replenish should be tough. We got so less interaction with the deck. Like on the stack we can't interact anyway. We got some Phyrexian Furnace, which he can outplay pretty easily, or he can just slam his enchantments. And even Naturalize is not good against them, so yeah, but Replenish is a fun police in general. Frantic Search. Okay, we might lose in this spot here if he has exactly the combo. which would be discarding Opal Essence and Parallax Wave into Replenish. Because then he can just exile all our creatures. Okay, this is bad enough. If he has a Replenish now, I mean, we could still recover if we draw exactly land. Okay, no Replenish here. So he has all his lands untapped. I'm feeling forced to... I mean, he has Intuition in hand, clearly. And then he can untap City of Traitors. But what is it doing? City of Traitors, he's still got 4 mana left. So I think we need to add the Baloth to the board. I want to do it before combat to not run into a situation where he just got rid of the elf here and then we can't pay for it. Okay, Mana Leak means he's not having the ability to cast exactly Intuition here. So we got a 2-turn clock. It will be tough, but it will be over pretty soon. Like if you play against these tight decks, there is not much to play around because they are so hard to interact, and as soon as they have the combination of Opal Essence and a Parallax Wave, you are almost fried. Okay, again, same spot like the turn before, even a bit more dangerous because he can still drop a land. I hope he's not playing Exalted Angels in the sideboard. This could ruin our match. But it's tough anyway. I don't even know if he wanted to bring in a card like this. Attunement. Sword, yeah, he's having everything. Still got 1 card left. Okay, this is awkward. I need to decide if I want to... Maybe I can wait for 1 turn, right? So he will untap this. Then he can't just easily replay it. So I will slam this. I don't know if my math will add up, but if I would just play this, he could just draw into Replenish and... I mean, he needs Replenish plus Parallax Wave. Something like Tangle Wire would be fine. Okay, now he's going for it. I can't interact from here, so I can just as priority. Yeah, he needs to find Replenish and the white Parallax enchantment. A Winter Orb is not great against them. Might bot them out. Sometimes it feels like they're punishing me more than them. But now 20 cards deep, he should have found it, right? Okay, again, no replenish. And not even the opal essence. This is odd. The wave. So go for this. He discarded the attunement, so he's possibly having... What could he have? Sword? Okay. Let's see how he can handle our 4/4. Going for the sword there. I mean, it was a 6-turn clock and it was providing us some amount of mana. So I think now even a replenish would not be enough, right? Man, this is very rare to win this. But now we got a chance. So Furnace for sure. Winter Orb, not too great, right? But I think nothing is great I can do here. Maybe Tsunami to hit 1 or 2 islands. Hitting 2 islands would be strong. Masticore is not the right thing here, right? And maybe 3 Naturalize. They are super awkward, but might be necessary. Even Call of the Herd is not good, because then even he can just exile it with Parallax Wave. But, I mean, we just won because our opponent went so unlucky. Okay, this is not keepable. Again, just having some amount of graveyard interaction is not the way you can win this. This is fine-ish. I guess, what's my plan here? I think I can ditch one of these and start with a turn 1 Call of the Herd. This is a funny interaction I will show you. Okay, I will have the Ancient Tomb here. Then I will pitch the Elvish Spirit Guide to enchant the Ancient Tomb. And now I think I just go for the Call of the Herd, right? Sea of Cleansing would be strong in this spot, but I was not willing to mulligan more there. I guess you need a fast creature and every kind of interaction you find. Sea of Cleansing here. So we are stranded with double colorless. He's still in the think tank on that decision. But yeah, he has to do it. Furnace is not great, but it's fine if we can manage to get one more mana source to have the Tangle Wire and then to have the ability to tap the Furnace into the Tangle Wire. Okay, here's the forest. I think my best bet is to Slam the Tangle Wire. So he's forced to answer this. Okay, having some pretty bad legs here. We should not forget about our Call of the Herd in the graveyard. Yeah, Tangle Wire is awkward. Because he can just say, in the upkeep, he's floating 3 mana, let it resolve, and then untap everything. With Frantic Surge. Okay, no intuition in the end step. Okay, click on the left one first. So there will be some fading. I think I want to tap these 3 to land 1 Llanowar Elf. So I have no... Okay, this is fine. Of course, I can activate the Phyrexian Furnace to snipe away 1 card. And sometimes... So if he stumbled like this, it's fine to just remove 1 card. Yeah, Tsunami would be really awkward. Yeah, now we see it. Floating 4 mana, letting the Tangle Wire resolve. Oh, floating 5 mana with 4 lands. Okay, so he's planning to land just a 4-drop enchantment. Here's the wave. Not scary on its own, to be honest. Not sure. It might be necessary, but creatures are not great anyway for now. So the first ability of the furnace might be better. Try the Llanowar Elves. And here you see how awkward the Call of the Herd is in this matchup. Tangle Wire is getting worse and worse. I think it hindered us more than him. So next turn, next game, I will probably exchange them with the Winter Orbs, which have kind of a similar problem. Yeah, same stuff as the turn before. Yeah, this is so awkward. Bought them out. They are not playable in this matchup. They are punishing just us. So I might prefer Winter Orb or maybe Call of the Claw, Naturalize. I mean, Call of the Claw is just a 3 mana 2/2 flash. Nothing more. Okay, we can wait one more turn, I guess. If we draw exactly Naturalize. Yeah, this is a combo that where if you have these two cards, you can just exile all creatures, and all your creature enchantments are unkillable because you can just phase them out in response. Yeah, so here I need to cycle this. Find a Naturalize. We got a bit more room to breathe, but not much. So the worst thing is if he has another Opal Essence, because he can just secure the one then. Winter Orb maybe on the play. But you want to spend your first turn on, or second turn on bringing down a threat before you bring your prison parts. So I'm not a huge fan of this. Yeah, Fallow Wurm and Call of the Herd can be cut to a degree. Okay, this is over. You can go for all of our lands now. Hold priority, excited. Okay. Got really punished for keeping the Tangle Wires in, so don't make the same mistake like me. I will always prefer the Winter Orbs here, and due to the awkward magic bug, I can't board out 4 of these. So I can't move the Tangle Wire to the sideboard. And I'm forced to keep one in. Don't ask me why. It's not possible to bring that out. So we are forced to play with one dead card here. I don't know if the error here is reported. It's like now I get 3 in my hand, maybe due to the legs. I don't know why. Let's try if we bring in all Tangle Wires again. And then click on each of them separately. Yeah, I think it's a problem with the legs. So I'm double clicking and like 10 seconds later Yeah, but even now it's not possible. So one has to stay in due to modo bugs. Call of the Herd was really awkward. So give me one Naturalize. And Fallow Wurm. I'm not a fan that I'm forced to keep my Tangle Wire in. Okay, this hand does nothing with 1 green mana in a Stompy deck. This is not way better, but I think it's just necessary to keep this mess. So we got turn 2 Baloth into turn 3 Masticore. And this needs to be enough. I don't know, maybe I'm going for the Masticore first. So if this got sorted, we are not forced to decrease our hand size every turn. Okay, so he's possibly having a Seal of Cleansing. So this would be an argument for just going for the Baloth. Or he's waiting for us to discard into the Masticore if he's not planning to use the mana anyway. But I can do it for now. Okay, the Spirit Guide is funny. I want to cast the Baloth first to bait him into using Mana Leak. Then I can pay it, but I need to sacrifice this next turn because I can't discard. But it's fun. We are super far behind. We got 0 interaction. Plus we are forced to sacrifice a Masticore and upkeep. But I mean, there are so few decks which can interact with a Replenish anyway. And these are like land still. Even discard is not great, so you need counter spells and you need a lot of them. Okay, going for the White Growth, I guess. He should do it. Okay, I want him to go for the White Growth. Yeah, but my opinion on Tsunami hasn't changed yet. It's like super awkward to play against the decks because they have counter spells anyway, or they have the ability to bounce islands in response for days and gush. Okay, so he has Replenish. But he still should crack the attunement before. I mean, it will return anyway, but what's a worth here to get rid of one wild growth before you replenish? Or I mean, before you know what to draw with attunement and what to discard. It's funny that there's a constellation where this will still be lethal. If he's not finding exactly Opal Essence and the wave. Okay, this is not looking good for him. Frantic Search, maybe? Okay, here's a tide. So I'm feeling a bit dumb for not slamming Winter Orb. And now you see why he was going for the sack of the Sea of Cleansing. Parallax Tide would have done exactly the same. Okay. So you got 15 life, I got 15 damage. What can we do here? Blastoderm feels just so strong sometimes. I think I'm still in a bad spot. But I don't know. It felt like very close. And there's possibly a few things they need to go right for him. Like, he needs some creatures to block. He has all the ability to find it. So he can't exile my Blastoderm, but he can just block and exile his own creature. Yeah, having a Soul in there and slamming Winter Orb would have been great, but we were not lucky there. Okay, he needs a combination of 3 cards. Parallax Wave, Replenish. Okay, wow. Alright everyone, we are on the draw here with an unkeepable hand, but we are paired against another streamer. He's doing very great videos in German language on YouTube. He has the same YouTube name as here, so if you want to check out what he's playing and cooking, I can really recommend this to you. It's a Mulligan 5 and we are heavily relying on just having turn 1 Fallow Wurm, and then we are relying on the top decks. Okay, he is on something blue-black here, so it could be Tin Fins, something like this. I will link you the YouTube channel of my opponent in the video description, so check it out. Kabat Therapy. Okay. Naming, good question. Ah, wow, this is sweet. Discarding 2 gamekeepers. Ah, this looks really spicy. So next turn there will be a Reanimate or a Exhume. Okay, we can make turn 1 Fallow Wurm, but then we need to discard the forest. And there will be a lot pressure next turn, so it just might be good to go with the Llanowar Elf here. Okay, Ritual into... Alright, I just checked that I need to exchange my microphone source. I hope it wasn't too bad until now. Okay, Gamekeeper, no flashback yet. So what's the best thing we can do? I think... Man, this is a really good blocker. I think it might be best to just slam the Erhnam Djinn here. Could be better to go with the Ancient Tomb there, but until I know more about his deck, I don't want to take extra damage. One card left in hand, which is the Mask of the Mimic. Okay, I understand why he wasn't going for the Cabal Therapy. Because now he can do it at instant speed. Yeah, what will this be? If we are really lucky... he will hit another Gamekeeper. But then he can go for the Cabal Therapy, so this was very well played. Okay. Mask of the Mimic is a spicy one. So he can search his library for another card called Gamekeeper. Or, wait, no. Ah, this was just a sack outlet. It's like you still need to have a creature on the board. Okay, this is a 3-turn clock, so I think I'm forced to block here. Otherwise, I'm forced to give the Worm Forest Walk each turn. And with my current constellation of mana sources, this would hurt. Okay. We do not have great tools against this kind of reanimation deck. Okay, wild growth. This is problematic. I could just enchant this. Go for the Elvish Spirit Guide, because I'm planning to block there. And attack for 1. Yeah, this is not great. He even just took 2 damage from his own Painlands. So I think the strategy is not great I'm doing here. Maybe I don't want to block for 1 turn. Okay, unmask. Deck is really spicy. Okay, no block for now. We need some pressure here. Another Elvish Spirit Guide. Okay, let me cast the Worm. I think it could work that we So here I just attack with the Elvish Spirit Guide. I want to keep creatures with 2 toughness, at least 2 toughness. For example, if he goes for the Carbide Therapy flashback. At some point I could even do block with 8 power, but then he will have 7 1/1 creatures. Okay, this is a pretty dead draw, and this is the reason I really want to cut the Worm. So attack for 6. Slam the Spirit Guide, and if he wants to attack, I can attack next turn for lethal. Yeah, it was really important that I get rid of the Erhnam Djinn. If he's doing the flashback here, he is on blocking duty pretty quickly. The problem is if he attacks and I don't block. I go to 6, he's doing a flashback, and then he will win this with the help of some 1/1 sub-rollings. Another Exhume, probably. Okay, Exhume, targeting Gamekeeper. Animate Dead, okay, I can't do anything about this. If this would have been an Exhume, I would be thinking about taking Llanowar Elves to not have the problem. Okay, attacking here, I feel pressured to block. But then I think I can't recover. So let's take the damage here. Something like Tangle Wire could work if he's not sacrificing one of the creatures immediately. Yeah, Tangle Wire would win me the game. So let's see what he will mill into. Another Worm, okay. Yeah, so Tangle Wire over. That will be my end. So next turn I'm forced to block both. Yeah, good call. This was great. Because he was probably thinking, what am I keeping in my hand? City of Traitors. Okay, I can't win from here. I needed exactly Tangle Wire, which is probably the next card to draw. Okay, tough one. So I need to play Furnace, I guess. I don't want Winter Orbs, because I think he's doing a better job with his fast mana. Tsunami is not great. I'm thinking about adding some Call of the Claw to have some more instant action against his deck, and I think I can cut down. Man, this deck is running really low on lands. I just realized it for now. Yeah. The problem is we don't have evasion, and if he just slams something like a Worm, often we can't recover from that. He will keep it on blocking duty. Fallow Wurm is really bad. Maybe I need to exchange this. I could play some Naturalizes for his reanimation. Yeah, let's try it like this. Very cool brew on my opponent's side. Okay, this is not great. I could go turn 1, Wild Grow on that. Llanowar Elves. Okay, this is okay. I think I ship 1 Baloth here, and then I will lead with the Furnace. Next turn I will play Wild Grow. Maybe I'm forced to wait with the Furnace to have the second ability available. Yeah, maybe I need to play it a bit slower. I'm not sure. I think I can exile Gamekeeper in response, but I'm not sure here. I think you can do it on Academy Rector, and it's a white version of this, so... not exactly. The Rector is not milling. It's searching exactly for 1 card. Okay, so here's the answer for that now. So I guess it's right to... Yeah, I will go for the Call of the Herd route now. Because then he need to think about having Powder Keg for the token, which will be fine with my Furnace. Okay, he's really planning on getting rid of the Furnace. Yeah, he's not fearing my creatures. Okay, let's see what he names there. It depends on his cards in hand. Ah, okay, targeting himself. Oh, this is a problem. So I hope, if I'm right, the Symbiotic Worm is bottom. Yeah, so I can get rid of the Symbiotic Worm with my Phyrexian Furnace. It's a bit counterintuitive that it works like this. But yeah, it's like the graveyard is stacked in pre-modern. Okay, I want, what is this, 2? So activate this. Yeah. I think it was exactly the case that it plays a bit counterintuitive that it's stacked like this in the graveyard. But I think I need to cut 2 Erhnam Djinns here. Alright, this is not a great hand, but we would have turned to Ravenous Baloth. So I want to keep this. Then we got the Tangle Wire as a follow-up. Not even sure if I want to play Tangle Wire this soon, but I don't want to take too many mulligans against discard decks. And even a Soul Land together with Phyrexian Furnace would not be fast enough if he's discarding here. So with one creature in graveyard, yes, but otherwise... Okay, turn 1, Symbiotic Wurm. What's my plan here? Step 1 is probably White Growth. Because it's kind of the same like Hickory Woodlot turn 1, but I don't need to sacrifice this after 2 activations. He is at 11, so a damage raise could be possible pretty quickly. We got some amount of blockers. But I will take damage here through my Ancient Tomb. This is the 3-turn clock anyway, so I can activate this twice. Yeah. Plus we got some life to play with the Ravenous Baloth. Another creature would be really problematic. But this deck can't handle turn 1 reanimation target very well. Okay, let's see if he goes for the flashback. Okay, no flashback here. Naturalize is not great now. Let's go for the Bardis here. This could buy me one more turn. I hope that he's not going for the flashback of the Cabal Therapy immediately. So Tangle Wire could do something. Don't forget that he can easily reanimate my targets. So if I sacrifice the Baloth, he can reanimate this or play Animate Dead. Yeah, going for the flashbacks, this really hurts. Or going for the sacrifice. Deck looks really sweet. Okay, what can we do? Not much, to be honest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So I think it would be best to... This is tough. Play this. Ship the turn. Ah, this was too fast. So I will just ship one away and he probably has another reanimation spell. I don't think Masticore would even help us here. Another careful study. Oh, snap. This is strong. Yeah, we can't recover from here. Great match. Alright, everyone, we are on the draw here with a very risky keep, but this could pay off. So yeah, I want to do some stompy things. This could backfire in a variety of ways, and yeah, but I really want to try it. Third Winter Orb is very bad. Okay. Green-white on my opponent. No mana source here is a problem. So I just want to play another Winter Orb. The problem is just slamming a Call of the Herd won't do anything, because he can just block it. So I want to wait for one more green mana to have a Ravenous Baloth or a Erhnam Djinn. Okay, here I think it's right to go for the Llanowar Elves. We are not sure if this is just green or white, green and white, or if he has something in the mix like black for Punishes Deed. Okay, sweet. This is a good answer for our Call of the Herd tokens. And he can start his value engine. So we need a mana source now, the green one. Okay, this is sweet play. The question is, do I want to slam a third Winter Orb? I don't want even to play Call of the Herd. Yeah, let's slam a third Winter Orb, because this card seems strong. And if he just spent all of his time blinking my elf, it's not great to have 3 of them, but they should run a variety of answers for 1 or 2 Winter Orbs. Okay, let's tap like this for the Baloth. Sweet that it can grant us some amount of life, and it can outvalue or outbattle a Wall of Blossoms. Okay. This is okay, not great. I want to slam the Djinn immediately. I think he will block and then he will cycle to remove the wall, which can work for some amount of time. Sweet deck, in any case. So this is a really efficient answer to what we are trying here, even if we can just untap 1 mana a turn. He's running at least 8 cycling lands. Sooner or later we should see a Wrath of God. So I'm not sure if I want to commit more into that. Okay, white grows, not great here. Ah, target non-wall creature. This is funny. Okay, again. I think I need to board out the Call of the Herds. Okay, so he's having... a Wrath of God here. So let's set up this. So for now it's not looking too good for us. Here's a Wrath. So we need to follow up with another Erhnam Djinn, because it's a better answer to a card like Astral Slide. Yeah, we need to cut all of the Call of the Herds. All of the Call of the... He still has 7 cards in hand. We did not see a single sword yet, so we are really in trouble. We can't apply pressure, even this would need 4 turns. If he has an answer for that, and he should have at least another cycling spell, I think we can scoop this up even with the draws here. I don't know, maybe it's too early. But I don't see a way out. With the 2 Call of the Herd and the 3 Winter Orb, we got 4 dead cards. Do I want to... I don't want to play Call of the Herd. Because of the Winter Orbs, otherwise might have been fine, but... Yeah, we don't have an out here. I think I want to bring in Tsabo's Web. Naturalize for sure. Call of the Claw. Okay, he scooped. This is odd. But maybe. I don't know. I felt very bad there, but if he had no cycler. Okay, sometimes I'm scooping too soon. Masticore is not great. Call of the Herd is bullshit. Fallow Wurm is really bad, because I'm forced to discard again and again. Okay, again, this modo bug that I can't sideboard out all Call of the Herds. Could I sideboard out all Tangle Wires now? Or even 3? Okay, Tangle Wire would work. I want to bring the call out. Why is it like this? Right click, move to sideboard. I don't know what's going on here. I have 38 cards left in my deck. But still just 15 in my sideboard. Let's submit this and hope. We have 60 or 61 cards in my deck. Okay. Not keepable. Okay, all Call of the Herd are gone now. I don't understand Magic Online. Let's take a mulligan here. This is fine. Ship 1 City of Traitors. Okay, turn to Blastoderm could bring in some amount of damage. Okay, probably thinking about playing Sea of Cleansing on the Wild Growth. I think it's not right to go for that, even if it's tempting. But maybe he will regret it. Let's see. Okay, this is gain 5 for now. Okay, still not going for the seal here. Ancient Tomb is fine. So if I have 5 mana here, I will go for the Baloth. And then I will drop this first, because he can't have another. It's a bit bad to play this all before combat, I guess. But yeah, normally you would cast this on your second main, but yeah, Magic Online is just tempting you to make these plays to save time, which is not an issue yet, but there are plenty of games where it is an issue. Okay, Living Wish on a mana source. Yeah, Cohaven. Good one, maybe a bit slow. I think we need to... Call of the Claw would be fine. Okay, I attack here. So if he has Wrath of God... I have lethal next turn. No, I don't have lethal with Cohaven, but I don't want to commit more to the board to recover from a card like Wrath of God. Yeah, imagine having a Call of the Claw here. After Wrath of God, I would add 8 power to the board, swing for lethal. Okay, he's making 2 points of life. Searching for Swords of Plowshares, I guess. Otherwise, we still have lethal. So this means he's not having a card like Wrath of God. Okay, now I feel forced to add the Erhnam Djinn. This is a bit much mana. Okay, he will have 1 Swords to Plowshares or another renewed phase. And I don't think I want to... I mean, I'm losing anyway against us. Wrath of God. Okay. GG. Yeah, this was too clunky. Alright everyone, welcome back to the brewing room, and man, this was an event. It was so much fun to play, and there were really strong plays we got. And yeah, it's a fun deck. It's very strong and unique. It has a very high price tag due to the 8 soul lands, so consider to proc them or to play them gold bordered or whatever. I think these can't be exchanged, so yeah, if you want to test the deck, you need to land them or print proxies, whatever. But yeah, let's take a look here if I would play this again, and this is high in the ranking of decks I consider playing again. I want to make some changes. The first change is I've cut the Fallow Wurm because it's so awkward against cards like Chain of Vapor. I mean, it's awkward in general because you have to bounce, you have to discard a land, but if it gets bounced or if it gets flickered, something like this, it's just horrible. So in Premodern, it's a very tight spot for 3-drops in green. So I haven't found anything too good, but I am considering Phyrexian Warbeast, which is a 3-mana, 3/4 creature from Alliances. And it has a downside. If it leaves the play, you have to sacrifice a land and it deals 1 damage to you. The other downside, it's only a 3/4 and not a 4/4, which can really change the clock. Cause yeah, we are just running 4 to 5 power creatures. I found it funny how often you want to hardcast the Elvish Spirit Guide, and it's kind of okayish. I'm not sure, maybe we need to exchange this to a 2-drop or 3-drop, because I don't know if it's strong enough. We got a 3-drop here in the Call of the Herd, which is probably the best green 3-drop. And yeah, it was a great run. Very fun. And for now, I adjusted the deck that I added 3 choke in favor of Tsunami, 3 Tormod Script exchanged with the Phyrexian Furnace because I want something quicker, and you can even drop this to tap it into a Tangle Wire, so the same effect like the Arena, like the Furnace. And yeah, what I would consider, but I'm not sure for now, would be some blowout cards against enchantments, like Harmonic Convergence. It's a 3-drop which puts all enchantments on top of the owner's library. Or I don't know the exact name, but there's an instant for 1 green, 1 colorless, which destroys all global enchantments. And I think this would be pretty good, because this would even keep our wild growth around. But it has a disadvantage, yeah, that even some of your opponent's enchantments could stick to. And you are not having anything against artifacts left then. So I guess -2 Naturalize, and depending on your meta, add something of the mass destruction for global enchantments. But anyway, if you have the ability to land these cards, or if you have them, try this deck. It's so much fun. I hope you had a great watch, and see you in the next.